Hey fellow comrades, how you guys been doing? It's your boys in here and welcome to our first ever Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet Wi-Fi battle against my friend Vec, also known as Retro. I will leave his link in description, go check him out, and also be sure to challenge him. I would like to thank him for making me this team, basically being able to give you guys this content today, this battle today, and I will most likely be taking some battles very soon. But with that being said, let's get right into it. His team looks very threatening. He is actually kind of scared of my Great Tusk, he said. But we're gonna see how this game is gonna turn out to go. Anyways, I'm gonna lead with some of my favorites. Marble Steve has got an ability called Stakeout, meaning that if he switches out this, anything that I do is gonna do double the damage. This is an absolute wall breaker. If there is anything like a wall in this generation, which probably isn't because this generation is extremely offensive, then Marble Steve can really dent holes into anything the switches in. But anyways, Glimmora, I'm not familiar with that Pokemon. The only time that I faced it is against the champion, and I haven't really done any showdown battles whatsoever. So Torkoal does switch in. That Crunch still does have damage, which is insane because Torkoal bulk is quite impressive. So you can already tell that my Marble Steve's Stakeout ability is really taking a toll on his team already, starting turn 1. Dondozo is quite of a bulky fish, to be honest. I was looking into what is really bulky, and this fish, this Dondozo Pokemon, is one of them. The amount of bulk this Pokemon has in defense and HP really makes it shine. It feels like a Snorlax on defensive level, basically, just not on special defense, just straight on defensive. So anyways, he makes a double switch back to his Glimmora, and I'm thinking, okay, you know what, we need to start damaging something. So I'm going for the overheat. I'm not playing any games, sun is up, I'm gonna do some damage. I do some damage, but I don't do enough. The problem is I'm with minus special attack now, and I need to switch out. I was thinking maybe he will over predict, so he's not gonna go for the poison type move, and he does do that by going for Earth Power. Probably expect me to switch out to my Great Tusk, expecting like a poison type move from him. That could be it, but at the same time I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's gonna see me do this now. Maybe he's gonna see me switch out to my Eelektross, because I do have an ability called Levitate, and you guys are most likely familiar with Eelektross. For the people that are newcomers, then this may be new, but Eelektross has really, well, outside of, now that I think about it, no, it still has no weaknesses, because pure electric with Levitate pretty much makes its only weakness, you know, being immune to. And not to mention that I'm thinking, okay, you know what, Eelektross has got an amazing move pool, a Dragon Pulse as well, so I'm just gonna turn it into a Dragon Tera, because honestly, based on the design, this just works. It really looks sick, to be honest, and it's so out of place. There's probably a lot of Teras out there, but I just needed to go right now, turning it into Dragon Tera for those cool points and taking him out with a single Volt Switch. The problem with this is that I'm basically stuck into switching in something, and he will be able to tell what that Pokemon is, meaning that he can switch in the appropriate counter to my Great Tusk. And you know, first time using this Mon, it is an absolute behemoth. Like, just generally, yeah, sure, design really does look like a behemoth, but speaking of behemoth, my opponent is also nothing to mess about, because I'm thinking, wait, why would you switch out a rock type Pokemon? But ladies and gentlemen, Vec right here has a little bit of a nightmare up his sleeves as he does proceed to turn into a water type Pokemon. That it really does make a huge difference, because if he's gonna go for a water type move, which I'm not sure on this Pokemon's moveset, but I was fearing that, and he doesn't. He goes for his signature move, which, from my knowledge, I believe at least, does more damage when you switch in a water type Pokemon. And it's a specific move, but I was really contemplating on what this Pokemon is about to do, because I saw it on some showdown, one showdown from PokeMD Joey, but it was not enough. And I thought to myself, okay, I need to think about this. I need to think what I'm about to do. He actually switches out to the Pokemon that I got literally no knowledge about. I have not even faced this Pokemon in the actual story, and I just beat the game today. Yeah, I'm a little bit slow, but I took my time. I really enjoyed it. I was really just semi-spoil free, let's say, but at this point I don't care if I get spoiled. You know, I pretty much saw Area Zero, pretty much saw all the things that I wanted to see and not spoil myself. The game was great, to be honest. If you go past the frame rate and the graphics, there's a lot of things to to have there. The story was good, decent enough, and the characters were actually not annoying. So anyway, speaking of annoying, Dong Gahon is most likely annoying my opponent here, because I do proceed to do super effective damage. Again, not being familiar with that Pokemon stats, I'm not sure if that crit mattered. I would assume not, because this Pokemon is just brutally powerful. And I'm thinking, okay, let's see what we're about to do. Close combat, you know, I'm now kind of looking down on my bulk, and I'm thinking, should I switch out or should I stay in? Considering, because I'm pretty sure I should be able to outspeed this, and most likely even one shot at seeing how much damage I did before. And that's exactly what happens. I was actually a little bit contemplating, thinking, you know, why would he switch his Pokemon in? Because it's more like a you know, an easy kill, or maybe he just wants to lower down my defenses even further. Switch now back to his fish. Since his fish, Pokemon Dodozo, is so bulky, he's going to be able to take my close combat, and to make stuff worse, he's going to be able to rest it off. But I think we saw leftovers on this Pokemon before, so he doesn't really have a Resto Chesto, and that makes stuff a little bit easier for me. And I guess in a way he is stalling me down a little bit with that little bit of damage, to where perhaps a significant priority on his team, on his Pokemon, may actually make a difference. But in this case, I'm not playing games with this Mon. Noticing how bulky it is, I'm switching out directly to my special attacker, since I know that physically I'm not gonna get anywhere with it. And he switches out. He's gonna switch out to his Torkoal, realizing that by this point the best thing he can do is just get the final Sun up there at 25% damage, and Torkoal is normally quite slow, if not the slowest Pokemon regarding everything that we have, you know, the rest of 11 Pokemon. So Torkoal is a great sack right here by my opponent, a great move by my opponent, preserving it and then deciding to sack it when it matters most. Because again, with Volt Switch, he's able to tell what kind of Pokemon I'm about to send in, and again, you know, switch in the appropriate counter. In this case, his mascot is gonna come in. What an absolute behemoth! What an absolute beast! By the way, I love this Pokemon's design. His mascots. I am not sure what the Pokemon is called from the top of my head, but mine is called Arma Rogue, and I just think, oh man, I was hoping he's gonna attack me physically, because it would break weak armor, and I would regain my I would basically gain a lot of speed and be able to outspeed this. But sadly enough, he actually decided to set up, take my Shandai, basically my Tinkaton, as a setup fodder. Huge problem on my behalf. I should have not allowed that to happen, but then again, he is able to take my steel type moves for my fairy anyways, even if that Pokemon does have a huge powerful move, 160 base steel type move, Gigaton Hammer. Sadly enough, I couldn't use it against a monster such as this. So I switch out to my Marble Steve. I'm still trying to remember all these names. Marble Steve, to try to see if I'm able to do anything about it, about this situation, but he is able to outspeed me, which is quite significant in situations like this, because now I'm starting to get a little bit off. I'm starting to really realize the mistakes that I'm doing. I mean, clearly I cannot touch this. That is a Fire Ghost type, I believe, right? I think it's Fire Ghost, and mine is Fire Psychic. So he's able to do super effective damage and regain all that little HP damage. Well, not little, but basically regain all his damage that he took from Stealth Rocks. To make stuff worse, I was really underestimating, by switching out to Eelektross, I really underestimating the power that his mascot does have, because he just one-shots me out of a +2. Absolutely ridiculous. And I'm thinking, okay, I gotta think right now, because Don Gajon is if you guys don't know, but this Pokemon can outspeed his mascot by only 2 points. Just 2 points, that's all, like 2 base points, I believe. So that's a huge difference, and makes it for where he will need to switch out, even if he is max speed, because I'm actually max speed, and switching out to be basically his Dondozo. It's a huge problem, this Dondozo, and I know I should probably be using my my other move, because close combat isn't really do me any favors, considering that I am already like, you know, minus defense, and it's kind of like it's just gonna go hit even more minus defenses. But I'm noticing that you know, I don't think he's got Sleep Talk. I've noticed leftovers. I don't think that he's just not gonna wake up on when it matters most. So basically, leftovers are gonna hit in. He will, you know, he will wake up next turn, but that's gonna be a little bit too late for the Pokemon such as that. So I'm gonna decide to take him out. Luckily enough, it was just enough, and you know, it's incredible right now, because we're pretty much coming down to his last remaining Pokemon. And I was using a lot of close combats. My defenses are very poor. This Pokemon, I believe, can also learn Shadow Sneak, which is something that I am tremendously scared of. But I don't think a +2 Shadow Sneak, even if he does go for the Sword Dance, I don't think a +2 Shadow Sneak is gonna take me out after come in and take Stealth Rock damage. The Ancient Donphan is Great Tusk is incredibly defensive. But I'm gonna decide to switch out to my Mamra. I decide to take the opportunity to sack it. Hopefully he's gonna attack me, and he does attack me. Luckily enough, he didn't Sword Dance, because Mamra would actually seal the deal. I should probably have think about that a little bit better, because if he Sword Dance, he may have actually Sword Dance again against it, because I don't really have anything to hit that Pokemon hard. So basically it again comes down to that a little bit more of speed on the Ancient Donphan. And that was the game. So that was an incredible match. Came down to a 1-0 score into my favor. And to be honest, the half of the game I played really well, but then I realized that the second half I played really bad, and he nearly got me right there at the end. But yeah, that was the match. So again, go check him out. Thank you for the match, Vec. I really enjoyed it, and hope you guys have enjoyed this match with me. Be sure to give a like and subscribe to my channel, because I'm gonna be bringing you guys more battles like this, and we're gonna learn as we go, you know, because again, I'm not familiar with Pokemon's names. I haven't done Showdown. I probably have to do some Showdowns, so my commentary isn't too off. But again, you know, with time, we're gonna improve this. There's a lot of things to learn. There's a lot of things regarding Teras and regarding the complexity, and we're gonna get there. But anyways, until next time, guys, peace out.